about the approaches of Hussein Farhadi's in testing, and I think that something that it's stuck in my mind. Teaching screams of teaching, learning, and testing. So testing is the evidence of learning. So we should know about the learning if it's happened or not. The testing will be the evidence. From a theory to practice by Hussein Farhadi focuses on test constructions. This chapter provides a comprehensive guide on developing effective language assessment, covering essential steps such as defining test objectives, selecting appropriate item types, ensuring reliability and validity, and administrating and scoring the test. By following these guidelines, educators can create assessments that accurately measures language proficiency and support language learning goals. And as we see in Hussein Farhadi's approach to test development, the steps are explained in a clear and systematic way. Here's a simplified breakdown with details. On number one, we have defined the purpose. Can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me? Okay, okay, sorry. On number one, we have defined the purpose of the test. So, why am I creating a test? Why you are creating a test? For example, is that for to assess a student's knowledge, measure purpose, or place them in the correct class level? The purpose of a test systematically evaluate, measure, and assess specific aspects for an individual information that aids to decision making improvement performance or achieving a desired outcome. The specific goals of a test can vary depends on its context, but in general tests serve several key purposes. So on 1.1 we will clear the key purposes. We have assessment of knowledge and skills. In educational setting, tests are used to assess the level of knowledge, understanding, or skills an individual has acquired in a particular subject or area of study. This helps determine if the learner has met the expected learning outcome and identifies areas where further learning is needed. And on 1.2, we have the measurement of performance. Tests are used in a professional and a personal setting to evaluate a person's or system's performance. For example, job-related assessments measure the competency and efficiency of employees, where performance tests in sports or engineering evaluate abilities under specific conditions. So, on point 1.3, we have diagnosis and identification. In medical, psychological, or educational contexts, tests are used to diagnose or identify conditions uh, or needs. This can include psychological assessment to identify mental health uh, disorders, or medical tests to diagnose disease or conditions such as blood test or imaging. On 1.4, we have equality assurance. Industries such as technology or product development tests are employed to ensure that a product serves or systems meet established quality standards. This can involve test software for bugs, engineering system for functionality, or products for safety and durability. The detailed purpose of a test is to generating reliable objective data that informed decisions improves. Procedures provides insights into strengths and weaknesses and ensures that desired standards. So, doctor, if you let me, I will let my colleague to share the presentation with me. So, the presenter is for you, Muhammad. Are you with me?
Yes, we're listening. Please message him on Telegram or something so that he would know it's his turn to present. Seems like he's not in the class. One of his friends, please message him. Russell, do you have access to him yourself? Russell? Yes, we can hear you. It's okay. Just a message Muhammad for his presentation because okay. So can you message Muhammad for his presentation because it seems like it's his turn and he's not here. Okay, that's fine. All right then. Okay.
You will test your task takers. Will it include multiple choice questions, essays, or speaking tasks? Think about how students will interact with the test, written, oral, or practical. Determine the test format. The test format refers to the structure and design of the test, detailing how questions or tasks are presented and how the task takers is expected to respond. The format can vary depending on the purpose of the test, the subject matter, the intended outcome. Below are common. Okay, sorry. So below we have test format with explanation. We have the MCQs, multiple choice questions. Examples in the format, the test taker is presented with a question followed by several possible answers. And as a teacher, we all use it in the examination with our students, usually four or five options. The task is to choose the correct or most appropriate answer. Purpose, uh, this is about the explanation, and here we will explain the purpose. This format is widely used for assigning knowledge and comprehension across a wide range of topics, as it is efficient to grade and can assess both basic recall and higher order thinking. Example, which of the following is the capital of France? So we will give four or five possible answers, and we are waiting from the students or for the task taker to answer the right question. So is it Berlin, Madrid, Paris, Rome? And the correct answer will be Paris for sure. At 2.2, we have the true or true false. Explanation, this is a simple format where the test take must determine whether a given statement is true or false. So it's a simple answer. And on the purpose we have, it's used to access basic understanding and factual knowledge quickly, often in contexts where simple factual recall is needed. Example, we have for a statement, the earth orbits the sun, and the answer will be true. Short answer explanation. So for short answer, we have the explanation in this format. The test taker is required to prove a brief response. So we are waiting for a short response from the test taker, usually a word, a phrase, or a sentence, not more than this, to a question. And the purpose will be short answer questions assess recall and understanding. They also provide insight into the test taker's ability to express knowledge concisely. For example, we have the question, who wrote Romeo and Juliet? And the answer will be William Shakespeare. Just the name, just a short answer. Each test format is designed to access specific types of knowledge, skills, and abilities. The choice of format depends on the test objectives, whether it's to access factual recalls, a critical thinking, a practical ability, or problem solving. And all this by selecting an appropriate format. Educators, employers, and researchers can ensure that the test provides meaningful insights and serves its intended purpose effectively. On number four, we have the decision. Decide on the content. So you have to decide which topic you will assess. Choose the topics, skills, or knowledge areas the test will cover. So I have to choose which topic, which skills, which knowledge my test will cover in the classroom or for the students. Example, if it's a grammar, vocabulary, if it covers the grammar, rules and structures or vocabulary, speaking or listening. Make sure the content matches your test purpose. And that's a most important point, yani, as I see. Decide on the context. So we have another explanation or an explanation on the or matter that will be assessed. This decision should be aligned with the goals of the test. The skills or knowledge it aims to measure and target and the target audience. The context should reflect the key areas of focus and include a variety of questions or tasks that provide a comprehensive evaluation of the test taker's abilities. And as I read or I have read about the professor Hussein Al Farhadi's, he pay more attention to the test taker's abilities. So if they are too qualified or less qualified for the task, if they have a good motivation, and that's most important point. Below, I will describe how to determine context for different types of tests with examples. We have the knowledge-based test. On 3.1, sorry, we have a multiple choice or short answers. Context selection. The context should be based on the syllables or learning objectives. It should cover a range of topics that are relevant to the subject matter and ensure that the test assists both broad and dilated knowledge. Example, in a history test about the American Revolution, context might include this question: what year did the Battle of Yorktown take place? And the answer will be 1781. On 3.2, we have the skills based tests, practical or performance based. Context selection. The context should focus on real world task, and the test taker will be
Okay, hold on a
expected to
second.
perform.
Wait. Okay, wait,
Okay.
hold on. Russell, I want you to do something. As you're presenting, please, after explaining each section, okay, ask some people to give some further explanation as to what they understand, okay? Because I want the presentation to be interactive.
And I want to ask you if they are allowed to use the microphone because in many lectures we are not allowed to, they are just
Yes, they
typing
are.
the
Yes.
lectures. Okay.
No. They are allowed to use their microphones, and you can call on your classmates, okay? You can call them by names. Like, for example, Fatame, you answer, Rasul, you answer, okay?
Okay, thank you. It's clear.
Am I clear? Okay, good. Sure.
Yes.
Miss, just read and the student will answer or explanation our reading.
Okay, Mohammed, if you are here, can you
So
continue? I
after
want you
Yeah, yeah, I'm here.
to share the presentation. I will reach number 4. Write the right test questions items.
In point 3.2,
No.
3 point.
On point 4. Right test
part
questions
four.
items.
Okay, okay.
And
Okay,
the
where
doctors
have you
want
been,
you to
Mohammed?
ask some students so they can
My internet's
share the
so bad,
presentation.
so I changed my Wi-Fi.
Okay, so did you hear what I just told Russell about asking
Yeah,
questions? Okay, so after explaining each part, each section, when it's finished, ask them to give some further explanation, like what they understood, okay?
okay,
Like comprehension questions. And you should
okay,
call them by their name. Go on then.
okay, Miss.
Okay, then I will be back.
Four.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right test questions items. Correct questions that test what you want to measure. For example, for vocabulary, ask students to match words with their meanings. Also, keep the language and instruction clear and simple. Writing test questions involves creating well-structured, clear, and purposive items to assess knowledge, skills, or abilities in a given subject. Here are the key steps. For example, the step by steps or the level and guidance for writing test questions. Step number one, define the learning objective. Identify what you want to assess: knowledge or comprehension on or application, etc. Number two, choose the questions format. Decide on the format, for example, multiple choice, short answer, easy, true or false, etc. Point number three, write the questions, ensure clarity, relevance, and argument with the objective. Point number four, provide answer options if applicable. Include possible descriptors, wrong options for multiple choice questions. Yeah, can you up the screen? So, my questions to my colleagues, what do you understand from this paragraph or from this point? Let me ask my friend, Mr. Sir Raed Salman.
Okay, dear, I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, you can answer.
Uh, Pardon, can you repeat your question?
Okay, what do you understand from this point or this paragraph?
You mean writing test question or writing test questions? The above. Which one?
Writing a test questions.
Okay. When we write a test question, we must take in our mind some points, some suggestions, some prepare to do this
Okay,
test. Okay.
okay,
Um, because the multiple choice it's regarding the important one from the other items. I mean, true, false, matching, and other parts of the items. So it would, I would, to be clear, um,
okay,
we should use homogeneous materials. Okay, in
okay.
single, in single item. In multiple choice,
Yes,
the structures, and I begin with the structures because I regarded them more important uh, as I see, not the book. The book see the stem the most important, but I see
yeah,
the structures more important than the stem. The
yeah.
structure
Right.
should be arranged approximately and randomly. What I mean by this,
Yeah,
approximately in the shape or in the physical shape, randomly,
okay,
not put not put the correct answer in let me say B. This is maybe motivate the guessing, right? This is
exactly.
one, yeah, yeah. This is one of suggestion. Okay. What about stem? Stem should be quite clear. Stem should be quite clear, not ambiguous, not vague, and
Exactly.
yeah, and test one single item. If you want to test a grammar point, don't make mixing between grammar and vocabulary in the same single item. This is some of speech. Okay,
Okay.
so you can complete, and go on, go ahead with your
Thank you.
presentation. Thank you
Thank you
for you.
for your words and your explanation. A good answer.
Thank you for you.
What about my colleague Sajjad Ali? What do you understand from my speech or my explanation? Sajjad, do you hear me? Okay. What about Ali Ahmed? Ali Ahmed, do you hear me? Can you explanation? Okay, I will complete. Uh, Writing test question. Okay, point number 4. Yeah, I read it. Point number 5. Review the test. Review the test, which means ask experts or colleagues to check the test. It is clear. Does it is does it test what you want? Are there any mistakes? Which mean asks my friends or my colleagues about the subject or about the material. If it's clear or not clear. Now I will explanation what I mean and review the test. Review the test. To review a test effectively, provide details explanation for each test questions, identifying strengths, weakness, weaknesses, and suggested improvement. Here's an example of how to conduct a review with explanation. Test review with explanation. Question number 1, for example, multiple choice. Do you hear me, miss?
Go on.
Yeah. For example, multiple choice. Original questions. Which of the following is not a characteristics of finalists? Point number A. Converts solar energy into chemical energy. P. Occurs in chloroplasts of plant kills cells. Sorry. Point number C. Releases carbon dioxide as a byproduct. Point number D. Produced clouds oxygen and oxygen. Questions. Here we will choose the right answer, the right choose. So point number 2, true or false. If the things that true, you will choose the true things. So the original questions also, the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776. True or false? If it's true, we will choose true. If it's false, we will choose the answer false. Review explanation. Here, some explanation about the review. For example, strives. Can you up the screen? Yeah, yeah, I can see. The question is factual, clear, and coincides. Make it a strange word. True, false item, which mean, as I say, but in true or false. Weaknesses. What I mean by weaknesses? True, false questions can lead to guesses. Considers into rephrasing it into a short answer format for a more robust assignment. For example, in which year was the Declaration of Independence signed? The answer will be in 1776.
So, Muhammad, about reviewing the test on some experts,
Yeah,
I want to ask you a question. مثلا, when you were a new teacher, and maybe that happened before so many years or many years. For me, it's before 4 years.
yeah,
When we want to make a test, some the old
yes,
teachers maybe, if this question is good for students, if the level of this question is difficult for the students, if it's clear or unclear, if the words that I use in the question, it's good for
yeah,
them, they can understand it easily. Yes, you did it right.
right, yeah, right, you are right. Yeah,
So I want to ask the my other
yeah, what?
colleagues, which they
Yeah,
are teachers, if they did this. What about reviewing the test questions?
they can answer. Or choose someone to answer you. So, can you
Now,
see
no.
the?
Seconds.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, now good.
Okay, you can swipe up to another point if they don't have any comments.
Yeah. So I need to ask my colleagues what they understood from this paragraph. Can someone tell me why you are silent?
They are typing comments. So if we want, we can read their
Okay,
comments. Yani, if they
okay,
can't,
wait.
maybe the sound it's not clear enough. Maybe they can't participate
Okay,
now. Maybe they are busy. So
All of
okay.
you can read
Some
some
items.
comments,
theirs
some their
called
comments.
by their
Okay,
all
for
your
the
friends
topic, I
by their
understand that.
names. They're supposed to be present and they're supposed to answer using your microphone, okay? Yeah,
Once
so go on.
the items are written, the teacher should review the items after 1 or 2 days. If it is acceptable, he should, yeah, or that man. Some items should be correct before preparing the final version of the test. Yeah, right. Muhammad Abdulrahman, I agree with Ragda. You need to say your idea, not only say I'm agree. You have an idea. Columbine. I'm waiting.
Please call them by their names, okay?
What, miss?
Choose someone, call them by their name, and ask them the question. Call someone by their
Excuse me.
name and ask them your question.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me, doctor.
Call one of
You
your
Excuse
can
me,
speak.
doctor.
classmates by their name.
My friend, do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Muhammad.
hear you. Yeah,
Yeah, yes.
yes.
I want to say something
Okay.
about the pre-testing and the preview testing. The
Yeah,
pre-testing to be ensure that the test should be clear, should be simple, should be contain the items in, let me say, uh, legal way, systematic way. Okay, and
okay.
when we do preview for the test, we will
Okay.
get on point, strength point, and weak point. When we get from these points, we can put the remedial. We can take into our minds what we'll do in the future. How can remedy, how can treat, how can deal with this weakness, and how can motivate these strengths. Okay,
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I
Good
think
idea.
this is the benefit of a preview of test.
A good idea. Thank you for your words. I get it.
Thank you for you.
So, so what about Sensatal Jabbar? Can you answer me in chat or in mic?
I explain according to my understanding, Mr. Muhammad.
My asking what you understand from my explanation or my topic in point number 5. Review the questions. Review the test. Your voice is solo.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you can speak.
Test review is a process through which students or examiners reflect on the content and the format of test of ensure its quality, fairness, and accuracy in the context of education. Okay, a test review
Okay,
typically serves to purposes content preparing students for an upcoming test and evaluating the effectiveness of the
effectiveness.
test after it has been administered. Uh,
Okay,
Also, this topic has an explanation of both types of test reviews. Okay,
okay, get it. Thank you for your explanation.
point one,
Also, I need,
reviewing a test before administered.
yeah,
Say,
complete, complete.
suppose the goal of reviewing a test before taking it is to help students prepare effectively by familiarizing them with the test format, identifying key topics, and understanding the expectations. Okay,
Okay, get it.
um, that's just my understanding.
Thank you for your explanation. Good idea. What about Abrarad? What do you understand from this point? You can write in chat or you can use the microphone. Yeah, you can speak. Karar, you can speak. If you have,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Mr. Muhammad, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What about the other? Can you hear my colleagues? Karar? Karar, do you hear me? Sorry, miss, do you hear me? So what's happened to my friend?
Yes or not? Explanation about the test. The test review are comparison and authoritative description of test or testing produce. Test review must be created or to be expert in the field of testing and test. Should pressure on education aim test review focus on the evaluation of the characters of the test and the materials. We will ask creating advanced physical quality. It evaluates whether a test measure what it proposed to measure and what accent and the iteration of test score and lied about by the others in terms.
Okay,
This is
good.
my explanation. I want to review for them.
A good explanation and a good idea. This is for you understand from my speech and from the subject. So thank you. So can I complete, miss? I need to be active, my colleagues, because I'm shy from your participation with my teacher. Point number 6. Pretest the questions. What this mean? This mean give the test to small group of the students. Also, this helps you see if the questions are too easy, too hard, or unclear. Which mean if is the questions are easy and can the student answer, or if is hard and only some students can answer. For example, the active students in each lecture, or the questions are is not clear. Okay, so here uh, presenting the questions in a test is an important step in Hussein Farhadi. So this is the very important point in the Hussein Farhadi books. So it measures that test takers can understand and respond to the questions correctly. Here, how to effectively present test questions. Explain in simple terms, which mean in a simple word and simple explanation. Point number 1, 6.1. Clear and choose wording, which mean avoiding ambiguity and don't use a hard vocabulary or a hard phrases. Make sure each question is straightforward and doesn't confuse the test taker, which means the examiners or the students comfortable when read or see the questions. Also, for example, instead of saying, what do you think about this sentences specific? Is the sentences grammatical correct? Why? For example, sorry. Yeah, okay, now okay. So use simple language to avoid over complex words or structures, especially for language learners. So this is the learner. In the first step, you can give him the complex or the structure that very hard to understand it. So you need to use a simple word, a simple structure, a simple vocabulary to understand it. Also, for example, use circle the correct answer, which means put the circle about the correct answer. Yeah. Instead of encircle the accurate option. You are free. So, point number two, logical organization. Logical, I'm sorry, logical organization. A group similar questions, which mean a group of questions. Arrange questions by type or skill. For example, listening, reading, writing, etc. Example, for example, start with multiple choice questions. Then move to short answer questions, which mean the first questions, for example, in the style of multiple choice, and the second questions progress from easy to difficult, being with similar questions to boiled confidence, then move to harder ones. So, which mean not in the first, but you will put the hard question. So step by step, level by level, which mean develop in the higher in the harder of the questions. Not put the easy questions in the end and the hard questions in the first. No, level by level. Okay, so yeah, logical organization I'm talked about. Point number three, include instruction of each section. Can you off the screen, please? Yeah, yeah. Include instruction for each section. Or provide a clear instruction for each type of question, which means explain the explanation of the questions. For example, for multiple choice questions, write choose the best answer and circle it, which means you should to the student choose the best answer and put the circle about it to the teacher now what he chose. I mean the student. So if the test includes different parts, briefly explaining the purpose of each section, which means what you need. You need to explain to the student what you need from this section or this point. Also, if the text, for example, this section test your ability to understand written English. Okay, to know the students what he need to write. Point number four. Yeah, use visual clarity, which mean layout, space out questions, and avoid crowding the page, which mean you can how can I say, leave the space between the questions and between the point of the questions to not be terrible in the eye of the students. So you need to put it in this shape. Okay. Also, numbering. What I mean in this things, clearly number the questions to avoid confusion. Also, for example, put question number one, question number two, question number three. Also, put the point and number in the order of questions to know the student the order of the questions. Point number five, test questions types. Farhadi highlights the importance of matching the questions type to the skill being associated. Here are some examples, which mean here the explanation of what I mean in the point test questions type. For example, multiple choice questions test vocabulary, grammar, or listening skills. The example, choose the word that best complements the sentences. Can you up, please? Sorry, Muhammad, do you hear me? Yeah. So, example, choose the word that complements the sentences. She to marks. A goes. B going. C gone. So you need to choose the right answer to put it in the blank. Also, true or false questions assess comprehension of factual knowledge. For example, the capital of France is Berlin. Is it true or false? If it's true, you can put true. If it's false, you can put false. So this questions, the answer will be true, false, sorry, because the capital of the France, Paris. Also, open-ended questions, which mean test writing ability or a critical thinking. For example, write a paragraph, describe your favorite holiday. What happened in your holiday? What you do in your holiday? So you give him the open-ended. Only write, just write. You need to know what he can write or what he have or what they have their vocabulary or can you speak in English without any obstacles? So also matching questions, which mean test vocabulary or association. For example, match the words in Gluman A with their meaning in Gluman B, which mean line, which mean put the line. Okay. Also, here we have performance based tasks, which mean accessory word language use. For example, here when you write an email to a friend inviting them to your birthday party. So here, which means if you need to write to your friends about your birthday party, you can write in this style, the style of performance-based tasks. Point number six, adjust questions for the target group, which means you have some group you need to talk with him, with their. Make sure the questions are appropriate for the test taker's language level, which means asks them in the level they can understood, not in your level, because you know, not all person or people can understand or they have the same level in the language. So you need to, for example, ask them in a simple word, or you can use the daily language, as I say. So, for example, beginners may answer simple fill in the blank questions, while evidence learners may analyze a text here, which means you can give him the questions in the style of fill in the blank, which means put the right answer in the blank. Well, evidence learners, which means the development learners, may analyze a text, can analyze or understand what the test means, and answer the questions. Also, avoid culturally specific references that may confuse learners from different background, which mean don't use, yeah, good, now good, which mean don't use or mention to the culture of someone you talk to him. You need to write or to talk without any of these things. Okay. Point number 7. Provide examples. Here, what? Can you hide your voice, please? Sorry. Can you hide your voice? Or you can write in the chat.
I have a question with this Mohammed Sadoun,
Yeah,
about the review testing.
yeah.
Why the teacher should
Review the testing.
yes, why the teacher should review the test, and how many times in your opinion?
How many what?
How many times in your opinion?
Huh. The time, for example, 15 or 20 minutes to understand what the student can understood from his questions, which mean you can give the paper of the questions, not the main questions of, for example, the final exam. No,
How many
which mean
times, please? Can you repeat how many times?
how many times, how many times you mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
30 minutes or
why the
for,
teacher should review the test, and how many times in your opinion?
huh. Why you the teacher review the test? Because to know what the problem he faced, to solve them. For example, if the questions are hard or easy or unclear, to solve this problem with their student, to develop them, to put them in the right side, or to can answer the next exam, in the next exam. So what? Cut your questions. Can you write your question in the chat? Sir, can you write your questions? No.
Please. I want to tell our
Yeah,
doctor
but hide your voice.
what.
You can't speak, Zaid. You can't speak. I hear
Yeah.
you.
Light contribution, please. I want to tell our doctor that I'm taking my mother to the doctor immediately. He has a medical review. Now, may I please?
Sir, miss, do you hear him? Yeah, you write what the questions you need to ask to me? Yeah, and I answering you. I answering you a clear answer. I say to you to know what the problem the teacher faced them to solve in the next exam. So my answer is very clear.
Maybe
This is not. This is not a questions. All the teacher can make the questions to their student. You can't say you can't say what the shape or what the style you should on the teacher put their questions in it. You can't say this. Do you mean this?
should submit the test to an
To another connect? I can't get it this word. Only the last word. Can you write in the chat?
Collecto. Collecto.
Collect.
Not collect. Collecto.
Really, I can't understand. What do you mean in this word? So now, can you share the screen, Muhammad?
Okay.
Because I can't see the screen. Yeah. So now, my colleagues, Russell, we will complete the
Okay, where
PDF.
did you reach? On point eight, I think, low or nine.
Yeah. No, no. I think it's in 7.
Okay, analyze the results.
Point number 7. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Okay. I want to ask some my colleagues about the using the visual clarity. What do you think it's mean? What is the importance of the visual clarity? Can anyone share an idea with me? Or you,
Can I
Muhammad?
answer my colleague Muhammad Jasim Muhammad?
Yes,
He
you can.
says the stem should not start with a blank. I say, can the teacher start or that his questions with the true or false, which means give the student a paragraph out of their material and asks them, for example, 6 questions, and he need to answer 5 questions only, which means leave a 1 point. And for example, in the question number 2, you can put a grammar or put in the blank or something like that. This is the style I take him from the Ministry of Education in Iraq, and I do it for my students in the middle class, in the school. Sorry, in this style.
Okay.
Thank you. You
And
can
about the
complete.
visual clarity, I think, guys, your students need to see a clear questions, a clear paper, or they don't have to see a crowded page, line by line. It's simply it will terrify them, and maybe they will lose the chance to answer well and get their points that they need, maybe to pass. And for analyze the results, look at how students performed. Did most students answer certain questions correctly or incorrectly? So here we have a result to analyze. We have to analyze the students if they did well in the exam in their exam or they did badly. And I think we have to check the weakness points. Maybe the mistake in the classroom happened by the teacher. They don't know how to give a clear information for the students, or maybe the students not qualified enough for this level. Maybe you as a teacher need to start from a 0 point with some students, and check if the test is fair and measure what it's supposed to. And I think the point of check it if it's fair, it's very important because many students lose their chance in some examination, their chance to answer, their chance to pass. Analyze the results. Analyzing test results involves reviewing students' performance to assess the quality of the test, identify patterns, and improve future assessments. Also, on number 8, we have revise the test. Based on feedback and result, improve the test. Fix unclear. We have all the time fix the unclear things, the unclear questions, the unclear ways in explanation in the classroom. Adjust difficulty levels or add. Maybe sometimes we have to remove some items. In Hossein Farhadi's approach to language testing, revising a test is an essential step to ensure its effectiveness. And we are all teachers. We teach to give the students the knowledge they need. And it's like a stairs, a step by step. We need to give a full step, not a broken one, so the students can high up by his levels. Okay. Revising a test is an essential step to ensure its effectiveness, fairness, and accuracy. Here's a simple explanation of how test revision works and the steps involved. Why reverse a test? Why we do this? So here's a simple explanation. Revising a test helps improve its quality, and we all teachers search for the quality. I mean, as any during its use, confusing questions, irrelevant content, ensure the test aligns with its indeed function and form. On number 9, we have administered the final test. Give the improved test to your target group of students. Make sure of the environment. Is it comfortable or not? And instruction. Is it too clear or not? You have all the time to control your classroom, to control your test, to control your environments in the classroom. Administrating the final test is a crucial step in Hossein Farhadi's language testing framework. It involves conducting the test in a way that ensures fairness, consistency, and accuracy. Here's how to administer a test effectively, explained in simple terms. So we will explain some terms here. Number one, we have a preparation before the test. As a teacher, we have to prepare before a test. We have to prepare before giving a lesson. We have to prepare before giving an information or some knowledge, some subject or object to the students. Maybe all the time we need to prepare our speaker, our flashback, and etc. Make sure the test takers understand the purpose, format, and rules of the test example. For example, we have explained how to answer each type of a question and how much time they have provide written and verbal instruction to avoid all of this. So can the students avoid the confusion, sorry. On B, we have test environment. As I said before, you have to control your environment in your classroom. Choose a quiet and comfortable location where test takers can focus. So in some schools, yani in our country, we have all the time a noisy classes, classrooms, and I don't know why. So when we give a test, we need to choose a comfortable environment so the student can focus, ensure there is enough space, proper lighting, and minimal distractions. On C, we have materials and resources. Check that all the required materials, for example, question papers, you have to prepare it, answer sheets, pens, audio. I use the audio all the time in the classroom, and it's very effective on the students. They all the time can hear something that is stuck in their mind. Maybe even the pronunciation. Uh, Where did I reach? Okay, here. If using technology, computer-based test, verify. And I think we are less users of computer and the smart boards, yani till now. On number 10, we have to evaluate the test effectiveness. After the test review, can anyone hear me? Muhammad, can you hear me? Okay, what happened here? Can you hear me, guys? Okay, please answer. Right.
Loud, please,
Yeah, okay,
loud,
thank you.
loud.
Okay, so on number 10, we have to evaluate the test's effectiveness. After the test, review its performance. If the test works on the students or not. We don't make a test to judge our students. We make a test to know if we are good teachers, if we can give the information in our classrooms in a good way, in a clear way. It's if it's fair enough for them or not. So we have to evaluate test effectiveness. Did it meet my goals? Did my test meet my goals? Were the scores reliable and fair or not? Use this information to improve future tests. So you have all use all that we talked about in this chapter. Evaluating the effectiveness of a test is a critical part of Hussein Farhadi's framework for language testing. He emphasized that a test must be both valid and reliable to effectively measure what it is designed for. Here's how Farhadi suggests evaluating test effectiveness explained simply. So we have 2 points here, validity and reliability. On validity is about whether the test measures what it's supposed
Russell,
to measure.
Hmm.
Yes,
do you hear me?
yes, I hear you. You can ask. Go ahead.
You are mixing between chapter 5 and 6. Chapter 5 finished. Chapter 6 will get reliability and validity and practicality. Okay?
Okay, so
Yeah.
so so you are the presenter of chapter 6?
Yeah, you can.
Yes. Yes.
If the doctor
Presenter.
That's
want
why
to,
you know. Okay. Okay. So I have to
Okay.
stop until there?
yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Ask the doctor.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, it's fine. If you're just gonna look, I don't think she's gonna cover the validity and stuff because in chapter 5 it just gives some brief explanations on validity and reliability and says that these concepts are gonna be covered in chapter 6 as far as I remember. Am I right, Russell, or not?
That's why I clear it here in this chapter. I read it before, but
Yeah.
in simple paragraph.
Yeah. It doesn't explain it fully, so it's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. You can stop until here, Russell. That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
guys,
you.
let's do something. Thank you, and Muhammad for your nice presentation. It was very good. Um,
Thank you. What about our presentation? Is it good or bad?
both of
What do you
you.
think?
Yes, both of you. No, both of you. I said you and Muhammad. I said both of you.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Oh,
the
okay.
chapter 5 in whole.
It was okay. It was a very good presentation. Yes, it was a good presentation. And also,
Thank you.
please
We
share
want
the
to
file
ask
with
you
your
if we
classmates.
covered all the chapter or not.
Okay,
Yes,
miss.
you
I will
did.
share it with
Yes,
my
yes.
colleagues.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, you did. You covered most of the important points. So, of course, your classmates were supposed to have read the chapter themselves for the exam as well. But it was a very good cover. So, thank you.
Thank you,
And
miss.
one
Thank you,
point,
miss.
let's do something. Thank you, thank
Okay.
you. Let's do something. Let's have our break right now because we
Yeah.
have 15 minutes. Yeah, let's have our break right now and then come back at a quarter to 4 for the next presentations for the next chapter because it's going to be, split in half if we start right now. So I
Okay.
think it's
So,
a better
miss,
idea to,
only 15 minutes?
yeah.
We need to
Excuse me,
eat
doctor.
and
No,
prepare.
no, no. No,
It's
no, a
so
quarter to
short.
4. No, a quarter to 4.
Okay, okay.
Look,
Okay.
yeah, half an hour. Half an hour. Starting now, half an hour.
Okay, miss.
Doctor,
Thank you.
excuse me.
Yes, yes.
Uh, I will send the file for you about the presentation
Please,
of chapter 6.
thank you. Send it for me, but please either yourself or your friend who has a laptop, please one of you share it, okay? Because you need to ask him to move the slides
Teacher,
as
it's
you're
sent to
talking.
my
So
colleague Muhammad to share it.
yes, yes, and he did a good job. Thank you, Muhammad Abdurrahman. Thank you,
Okay,
for your help.
okay.
Yes, please send it for me and also send it for Muhammad so he can help you.
No problem, no problem.
See you in half an hour. Bye for now.